Hello, my name's Denise and welcome to my channel. If you're returning, thank you for coming back, and if you're new here, welcome. I am going to do something that I do every day that I shower and wash my hair. I first start off putting some oils on my hair before I even step in that shower. And so all I've done so far today is wake up. I haven't done anything. So I'm going to use my brushes to brush through my hair first. I like to use a nice soft natural hair a bristle brush, and I also love this Tangle Teaser. It's got these nice soft, really soft bristles, and it's specifically for wet hair. And this one, I believe this is like a Goodyear, okay, no, it's a Conair, and it is 100% boar. And when you're brushing your hair, you're going to want to start from the bottom up, and you're going to work your way up towards your crown so as not to pull all your hair out with any knots that you might have. I find, and I don't remember this ever happening to me when I was younger, but I find these hairs back here at the nape of my neck rub on my collars and get kind of knotted up, and so that I'm not thrilled with. But I did a whole video a while back, it's a good one, you might want to look at it, about traction baldness. And what that is people who constantly pull their hair back are literally pulling their hair out of their head, and they get what's called traction baldness. And what that is just what it sounds like. It snatches your hair right out of your head. So I have an aversion to putting my hair up, and when I do it very, very carefully. Okay, now I'm going to go through and use my wet brush. I only hear a little bit of snagging. Starting off with the boar bristle brushes help your first brush through. Because at this age, I get a lot of comments on my hair, and at this age, I want to keep it. And so the concoction that I have made up in here is just simply some coconut oil, some rosemary oil, and I think I've got a little bit of just some olive oil in there as well, and a little bit of castor oil. And so I just keep it in a little container like this, and I just put it on I like to usually wet my hair just a little bit, just so it's easier to string through there. So generally I do this in the shower. I get my hair wet and then put this on, and then do the rest of what I need to do in the shower. But since I don't want to bring you in the shower with me today, I'm just going to get my hair wet with this water that's in my sink here. Just need it to be wet enough where my hands don't stick when I put this on here. And so just going to, and I heated this up. I don't have a microwave, but you can heat it up. I do not put this on my scalp. I don't put this on my scalp at all. I only wring it through my hair. I can smell that rosemary. And I let this stay on my hair while I do some other things. I've got face masks and things like that I do every morning. I have, my machines and my red light therapy mask and my microcurrent device and all that stuff. And so while this sits on my hair and absorbs, I just go ahead and do some other things. And then when I get in the shower, I still leave it on there while the water's all nice and hot. Do just about practically everything else. And then I'll wash my hair and rinse everything out and use my conditioner sometimes, like usual. Sometimes I won't. And you'd be surprised at how nice your hair is. It doesn't have the flyaways, are more minimal. It's just easier to work with. I've got fine, thin hair, so when I do my hair, a lot of times it's so fine. I've got a lot of it, but it's not thick. It's actually thin and fine, and it's just I have a lot of it, and so when I wash it, a lot of times I won't be able, my curl will just absolutely fall down because it's too silky. And I'm not a huge fan of using product. I like to keep it as, you know, as natural as possible. So this will help with that too. And so now my hair will be a lot easier. Now my hair will be a lot easier to style, and it's still in that cuticle in there. I've got my Tresemme, it's a keratin smooth heat protectant. I am just gonna spray some of that in my hair. Put that, gosh darn, that in here as well. And I'm also going to use my 10-in-1 multitasking spray. It is Miracle Rescue by Pantene, and I'm going to spray that in. I use these also after I have you can either put those sprays on before you put the oils on. That's a great idea too. And then you just want to brush through that. Make sure all your hair strands are coated. I'm just going to let that sit on there until it's time for me to take a shower. And that's what I do before my showers. I go ahead and I condition my hair before each time I shampoo. It has been a lifesaver for me. Go ahead and try it. Don't be too heavy on the oil because you'll weigh your hair down a little too much. You'll know when you've got the right consistency for your hair that doesn't make it look too weighed down or greasy. Make sure to put some rosemary oil in there if you remember. It's a great hair growth enhancing. It's a great hair growth stimulator, rosemary. And so, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead, wait on that, and I'll see you later. All right, and so I just stepped out of the shower. I did not do a second wash. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray in, this is Revlon Black Seed Oil. And this is a curl revive situation, but I want that bounce because I want some more oil in my hair. So again, starting from the bottom strands up, and just make your way to the crown. What I also like to do for a little lift is turn my head upside down and get right to the scalp with one of these brushes. When I blow dry my hair, I put it on the lowest setting possible, and I use pure air dry and cool as much as I can settings. Hello. Okay, I accidentally shut my door on my camera. Okay, so I just got done blow drying it. I can already tell just by the feel of it that it's a lot less slippery. it's got a lot more body to it. It wants to stay kind of in place rather than just slip all down and all in my face. It just drives me insane. And so I will curl this in a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and get ready. Let me go ahead and start my makeup. And I'm just gonna pull my hair back, and then I'll curl my hair. So today's a fairly simple day for me. I stopped my service from a delivery service of groceries to, I'm just going to pick it up. That's free. And right now I am trying to cut costs. We have a baby on the way, so definitely want to keep all the money we can. I've got to get things like, I don't know, a crib for when the baby stays here, and diapers of my own and things like that. So there's going to be expenses that I'm going to need to plan for, and that's just as simple as that, and I'm super excited to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to make this pretty simple. I want to look fresh as usual. I'm just taking chapstick. And so you guys have seen me do that chapstick. Those of you that have been here for a while see me do this chapstick a million times. Today I wanted to show you the differences between cream and powder makeup, and the reason why I personally prefer cream. I think at this age, it just looks a little more forgiving, and it just, I don't know, I think it's just a little nicer on the skin. And so today I'm going to use Revlon. This is Color Stay, and it's Aqua. This one is really nice because it's got some coconut powder in there, and it's so nice and refreshing. I do love this one, and I've purchased it many times. The Revlon, I'll be changing my foundation, and I will be using powder blush. I think today I might use, maybe this is, what is this? This is Dolce Vita NARS. And I will use, bless you, my puppy. I will use a little bit of this L'Oreal for concealer, and it's infallible, and it's waterproof. I use it just right here usually, but we're going to use it elsewhere today. And then I will also use for powder the contour and bronzer. Okay, so that will be the powder. I'm going to do that on this side of my face, and then to null out and then to disguise my jowls and that kind of thing, I'm going to use well, I always use powder. I'll use this shade right here. This just happens to be an eyebrow palette, Vegas Nay by Eyelure, and this color is English Clay, and I'll use that when the time comes for that side as well. All right, so let's get into this. And then this, of course, this side will be the wet side. I'm gonna use this smaller angle brush today for the powder, and then I'm going to use this RT 2228, and I'm going to use that for my wet side. So I'm going to do all the thing. For the liquid part of my skin, for the liquid part of my face, I'm going to use e.l.f. Halo Glow, and for my contour, and I love that. It's a small wand, and I'm going to use this is the I'm going to use Instant Age Rewind. I've lost the top for it, but I'm going to use this up here. And I love this because it's so light and it's such a thin consistency that if I wanted to, I could have made that blend where you couldn't see it at all. But that's not what I'm trying to do here. I want it to be seen a little bit. All right, and so there's that side for that. I'm going to get in here with our clay color in the powder. Get rid of that. And then for my upper lid, I'm going to go ahead and use my Infallible by L'Oreal, and this is a powder. I love this stuff though. It is waterproof, and I do use it usually sparingly, but I tend to think that the powder just ages you a little bit more, because especially if your skin's already dry. But I just wanted to look at this again and see if anything's changed, because it has been quite a while since I've used all powder products. Okay, now that eye coverage is about the same. This might look a little grayer. Okay. Now, for the actual foundation, I'm going to be using e.l.f. and this is satin foundation, and I'll be using that this side of my face. This is the side that has no powder on it. And so all right. And then on the areas that I have modified, I am just kind of pressing that in. And then the other areas I'm all right. Now we are going to use our Revlon. This is really nice. So the reason I keep these around is because in the summertime, sometimes if it gets too hot and sweaty and I know my makeup's just gonna melt anyway, I will go ahead and just use this and call it a day. Feels delicious on the skin, I have to say that. Feels like it's wet. All right. So the coverage, first of all, isn't as good, which you might expect, but the coverage is there. And this is a really highly spun powder. It's finely milled, and so it feels great. I mean, not only is it cooling, but it does feel fantastic. But see, you can still see some little, some of my little issues there, of course. This one definitely. So I'm going to use on this side of my face. This is the Milani. This is Cheek Kiss, Nude Kiss. Okay, so I'll use that over here. If you're new to my channel, I've said that I like to use powders more in the winter when it's mostly canned light, you know, something that's not exactly sunlight. And I think that that's way more forgiving. But I mean, for a clean girl look, which is besides my eye makeup, and so a lot of times that's a clean girl look for me too. I like to use, you know, the creams. I just do. I never used to. Well, I'll tell you why. It's because my skin used to be a lot worse. I had acne really bad as a kid, and so it left a lot of pits and stuff in my skin. And it was putting on any kind of cream blush, it would just settle into those. Okay, so now let's go into our NARS. What did we say this was? Dolce Vita. All right, let's go in with that and a angled brush on the other side. And I would say actually the powder has more payoff, doesn't it? Oh, that's funny, because I thought this was super, you know, pigmented. Just kind of melted right in there, didn't it? Pick that back up, it just like melted right in there. Look at that. That's Milani too. Interesting. Well, isn't that funny? Okay, learned something new on that. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and do my underneath my chin. That has nothing to do with, because that I don't ever see myself using anything but a powder for that, just simply because it diffuses out the edges so much you can't see. And this is the spot where you really don't want anybody, you know, scrutinizing where you stopped and started your camouflage, your conceal, where you started and stopped your conceal. You don't want that on your neck. And I bring it back right here. Okay, so all right, let's go into contour. And so I've got this is NARS Laguna, and this is actually a bronzer. And so I'm going to use that for that side. And then on the other side, and that is another e.l.f. contour, but it's got a little bit more color in it. I'm going to go ahead and when the lid just broke, so let's just go ahead and do that. And I don't generally put anything in the middle of my forehead. I might put a dot of something because that's, I have more wrinkles there. And well, one thing I do notice is already is that this side is more pigmented. Okay, so let's do the eyes. Let's do, I've got a great cream palette for the eyes. There's 15 colors in here. So here are the colors. And so I think today they're most all creams except for a couple of them. Let's see, I'm gonna use just this kind of a champagne color right here. It looks like that. I'm gonna use, oops, yeah, this is the wet side. Okay, I'm gonna use that right on inner corner. The thing that I like about creams, as far as eyeshadows too, of course, is they have no fallout. So that's always lovely. And then in the middle, I'm going to go with, let's see, I'm gonna go with, that one looks like this. That's pretty as well. All right, and then for the last color, I want to use this darker color, and it's kind of a purple. It's very pretty as well. I like to put these on with my finger mostly. I'm gonna use this. No, I'm gonna use this one first. So put that in the middle. And then I'm gonna put this one at the end, and that should match up fairly well with what we've got going on the other side. Some red. A Maybelline Tattoo Studio, and this is a liquid brow. And so I'm not a fan of this. I mean, I have to keep sticking it back in the pot to get enough product on it. And for the other eyebrow, I'm going to use my actual eyebrow palette that I use for my gel. Yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, and I just bought it. It wasn't cheap, and I swear I feel like it's already drying up. All right, so there's that. Let's try this is a Brow and Shadow Pro Palette, Vegas Nay Eyelure. And that is a Cosmetics London. And so here's the color choices. And they've got an itsy bitsy micro angle brush. And so for my eyebrows, I am going to use, let's go for this one. This one's called Cappuccino. Ooh. Whoops. I think I'm just going to use no lipstick today and just lip liner and a lip oil. This is the color I'm going to use. It's kind of a berry. A little highlighter, and on this side I'll use the cream, and I like to go right in here in the corner of my eye. Usually I go right here at the Cupid's bow, but I'm not going to do that today. And right here I'm not going to do that either. Just right inside the eye and right here. And just kind of buff that out. And then on this side, I am going to use a powder. This one just is a really cheap one. I think it's the only CoverGirl thing I might own. And that's just a CoverGirl easy breezy type of thing. L'Oreal Voluminous Night Balm. I use that and I'm like, you know what? No, it doesn't, you can't see it from far away, but from close up you can see, and it's really nice. It doesn't clump, and it's really pretty, and it's kind of satiny looking. And then what I've been doing lately is, because it is so nice on your eyelashes, what I have been doing is I have been putting that on first, and then doing this hack right here where you wait for your first coat to dry, and then you put translucent powder on your curling wand, and then you put on a second coat. And with the second coat, I've been using L'Oreal Panorama. And my theory with that is that the first coat that's actually touching my lashes is conditioning them with the formula that is the night balm, and this second coat is what gives it the va va voom, right? Now you can really see those lashes. And that's what I've been doing for that. That's something I kind of just discovered. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair really quick, and I'll be right back. When I curl my hair, I use the lowest heat setting I can possibly use to get a curl out of it, and I keep it in the shortest amount that I can to get the curl that I need. Okay, well, my lipstick is not really the right color. She's got this other color. I wonder if I kind of mixed it, if it would give a little more. It looks a little mortuary. That's better. Not so early, mortuary. All right. All right, let's shake out the hair. All right, so the hair is done. It feels great. P.S. Feels good. It's holding its shape without any product on it at whatsoever. Like I said earlier, my hair is very fine, and so when I take when I wash it, the curls and the style just slips right out because it's so silky. Any kind of oil before you wash your hair, it just gives it just that much more texture. And so if you've got fine hair like I do that just kind of slips around, it really helps. And if you've got dry hair or processed hair, damaged hair, it's just such an easy thing to do, and it just feels so good afterwards. And bonus, when you rinse it off, you get some on your body too. So there's a little oil for your body, which you can't use that. Just squirt it directly in my joints would be great. All right, guys. Well, that is the look. And so what do you think? Do you see that much of a difference between this side? This side is all powder. From here we did all powder products. And then on this side is all liquid products. So honestly, I'm going to say that I believe that the blush on the powder side is way more pigmented, which that can be a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on what you're looking for. The eyeshadow seems to be lighter and not as pigmented as the cream. And I was very sparing on both. And the actual foundation, as far as coverage, and the foundation is very similar. This has a little less coverage for sure, the powder side. I didn't build it up at all on this side or this side. I just wanted to see what it was with just one application. And then the powder foundation that I used as concealer looks pretty much identical to this other side that I used that is cream based. So honestly, I just see a couple of differences. Now close up, let me take a look close up. What I am seeing is that the cream side actually is settling into my lines a little bit. All right, well, honestly, they both look great. I don't know. What do you guys think? Can you tell any difference? I really can't. Just a little bit more pigmentation from one, and then another more pigmentation from the other. So I don't know. I think I still say the cream. Just because it's just got a little bit more coverage with just one application. And that's probably it. But other than that, I think that they're pretty much the same. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. And we will get together next time. See you. Bye.